Today we have a special guest, Sir Dr. Santosh Nanda, and the topic of the day is today's generative AI and its impact on business. So, as you all know, this generative AI is currently in the trend and it is booming in the industry. And in this session, we will understand that what is generative AI and how it is impacting on the current industry, and what are the career path is looking for this particular in this particular domain. And to deliver this lecture today, we have Dr. Santosh Nanda. So let me quickly introduce you, Dr. Nanda. Give me 1 sec. My screen is not working. Yeah, to give you a quick introduction. So we have Dr. Nanda. He is currently working at Wipro as AI/ML architect and data scientist. Has more than 14 plus years of work experience in the industry. And also Dr. Nanda has received his PhD in AI/ML domain from NIT. And he has a multi specialization where he has worked in different domains in the field of machine learning, AI, and he also worked in tracking the object multi-sensor from data fusion, image processing, and so on. And I would like to also mention there are a couple of his top 3 skills which he has been actively working on. So yeah. So he has a very extensive experience in algorithm development with the domain of machine learning and AI, and also proficiency in deep learning, significance, a high level of competency in academic. And he also has a vast experience in the AI, generative AI, as well as ML. So let me quickly hand over this podium to Dr. Nanda. Sir, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Bimles, and good morning to all of you. Thanks, Times Pro team to invite me for this session. So without wasting time, let me share my screen, and please tell me that whether it is visible to all of you or not. So is it visible to all of you?
No, not it, sir.
I share the screen.
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, great. So, so today's topic is on generative AI and its impact on business. And Bimles, as it is 1 hour, talk, I think sometimes people feel bored. So please tell me, we can break some time after some slides is over, and we have some couple of questions, interaction session, or we will plan accordingly in that way. Before I move to the definition of the generative AI and other things, there's something background information is required to understand what exactly generative AI is. So when we're talking about generative AI, is a subset of deep learning, and deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is a kind of a area where we mimic the machine in such a way that can behave like as a human, and the intelligence. So whatever the practice we did in every day and every in our projects, machine learning, deep learning, generative AI right now, so all are a subset of artificial intelligence. And where machine learning is a subset of AI, where we predict something like for market prediction or demand forecasting kind of, or such type of model using a lot of data. And then deep learning came to the picture, where people use images to detecting what are the things are there in the images. Like, for example, people are using satellite images to finding the length of the road, the height of the building, kind of that. And this type of use case right now used in many areas. like for solar energy project, where people are trying to finding the roof size, the height of the building, the used area or unused area where they want to install the solar panels. There, in that particular domain, deep learning is acting, very, effectively, and it increased the revenue of such industries. Also, deep learning is used for a lot of adverse, field, like in defense. We use it to finding the target, neutralize the target, like that. So then, after this type of implementation of AI, generative AI is came to the picture, where people are, using audio, text, video, images are together. And right now, as we are in 5G domain right now, and we are moving to 6G. So when data is faster and data is very unlimited and data is very, huge in unstructured way, so the all of the business is based on that type of use case. For example, content creation. So it is a very huge demand in market right now. So suppose someone is writing an email and he wants to save his time, just asking something, then entire email, template will be generated, and that's saving the time of many people. Like that, there are a lot of, you know, businesses coming today. I will highlight that part. So what we can understand about generative AI without the knowledge of deep learning, without the knowledge of machine learning, without the knowledge of artificial intelligence, there is no meaning of to discuss about generative AI. You cannot jump over to generative AI today without the background knowledge. This background knowledge is very essential to develop such kind of platform like ChatGPT, Delhi, or OpenAI kind of advanced platform. Without deep learning, without machine learning, it cannot be possible to design. So all things we'll discuss today. Even I have a small case study on Lima 2 model, how it will be implement, how we will use the pre-trained model to make an application. Today I will highlight that part also. So in overall concept, generative AI can be used where you are using audio, where you are using text, where you are using image, where you are using video. Generative AI is a fantastic tool to highlight your business. So the reason for using artificial intelligence is right now almost all sectors AI is working fantastically. Like it is in agriculture, it is in automation, it is whatever the field right now. It was, it is, doing better. And the why there is where people are demanding these technologies, because after the smart devices, right now, if someone is thinking for to implement a solution in 3D printing, AI is doing fantastic. Like earlier, people are spending a lot of time to design a AutoCAD, 3D model, and that model will be implemented to a 3D printing, and that 3D printing, completely design. It takes time. Now, what happened? You just pass a 2D image to the model. Model would generate the entire 3D, within a fraction of second, and that model will be equally fitted to the 3D printing to get entire the structure. So the demand is right now, increase, and there are a lot of career is here in AI right now. People are asking question that whether it is data science and AI engineering age is over. No, it's not. Generative AI is right now started. So like that, for example, if you're using iPhone, so if what are the things are there in that iPhone, you can listening to a music, you can watch a video, you can text it, you can SMS to anyone. So whatever the multiple functions are available, multiple actions are available in one platform. That is not new. All other things are there. People are not using, people are not buying digital camera right now, because they need to use the video, the audio at a time. The demand, the requirement is also changes. So there is a drastically fall in selling of digital camera in couple of years. So then all of the manufacturers who are the smartphone manufacturers, they're right now focusing on to install high definition camera in the phone. So that is the advancement of AI in this particular field, and AI is increase the revenue for any sector right now. It may be telecom, it may be a healthcare, it may be a education sector, entertainment industry. It is there. All are there. AI is used. So before that, we need to understand what AI is a kind of things actually. So we need to understand the basic principles. So AI, where the AI term is coming. So Alan Turing, who is the scientist who introduced the terminology of AI in 1950. So every day we pass this type of test when looking for any kind of activity. Like recently I updated my Aadhaar. So you need to put your user ID, you need to put your password. Then the captcha code is there. The captcha is when you put when you enter the text, when you enter the letter, that means this is done by human. But the captcha is understanding that whatever the input you are passing to the system, that you are a human. So this is the one example of Turing test. So the Turing test is a kind of a test where to making differentiate between a machine and a human. And I already explained that where the AI solution is acting. It acting in all kind of sectors. It acting in instance. It acting in banking. It acting telecom, e-commerce, government, manufacturing, mining, robotics, logistics, transport, e-learning, sports, healthcare, etc., etc. So when the concept starts, so in 1950s the AI concept starts. Then in mid 90s the deep learning, machine learning concept starts, and in end of starting in 2000, deep learning concept starts, and now in 2017 onwards, generative AI concept starts. So generally, the AI is when we are talking about AI is combination of all. Like it's a combination of machine learning, there's a combination of computer vision, natural language processing, image processing, digital signal processing, optimization, expert system, and decision support system also. So with all kind of the sub branches, it is the right definition of AI. So when you're talking about generative AI right now, it is a part of natural language processing, it is a part of image processing, it is a part of digital signal processing, it's a part of decision support system, and also it's part of a machine learning also. So so when we come to the industry, when we look into any kind of model making and to develop a machine learning model, so we need to follow a life cycle. This is called as data science life cycle, AI life cycle. So we need to understand the business analytics teams understand the business that transfer to data analytics team, and data analytics team do all kind of activities that related to the data. That should be data preparation, filtration is there. Then you need to do feature engineering, and you need to apply multiple models. From the multiple models, you need to choose best model and do the model validation, and then you packaging the model and to deploy to in cloud environment or your production environment. So like that, you need to follow a life cycle. Without this life cycle, no model can be do. So whenever you think that, okay, I am in a website developer, I need to change my career to AI and ML, first of all, you need to understand how the software system is working in AI side. So you need to follow this life cycle first. And then you need to know about some basic algorithms, like in supervised learning. I will explain what is supervised learning later after this slide is over. So in machine learning, you need to understand what is supervised learning, what is the reinforcement learning, what is the unsupervised learning. And in supervised learning, you need to know about convolutional neural network, multi-layer perceptron, adaptive neural network, fuzzy information system, radial basis function, support vector machine, support vector regression, and hybrid models are also there. In unsupervised learning, you need to know about clustering. You need to know k-mean clustering, fuzzy C-mean clustering, case clustering, nearest neighbor algorithm, principle of component analysis, like that. In reinforcement learning, you need to go with probabilistic reasoning, Q-learning, and deep Q-learning. That a lot of models are there. So generally, what happened when you are planning to move to generative AI, and you need to be me as a prompt engineering carrier or like that, you need to have strong in reinforcement learning also, because without human interpretation group, you cannot develop a model. So reinforcement learning is a very important tool. You need to be learned about reinforcement learning before you move to this career. So generally, what happens? Machine learning. When you're talking about machine learning, we need to go with three major learning. Almost all you know about this learning actually. So supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So in supervised learning, you know what exactly the data is. There is a label. There's the information is available. So you need to make a decision boundary to separate the data. Most of the problem statement is pattern recognition. For example, if you want to finding a customer inactiveness in a kind of a retail industry or in a kind of service industry, like for a telecom industry, where they're all are service industry, and so in services industry, it is more important to win back the customer who have already not satisfied with your service. So you need to make the classes by taking all kind of metrics, all kind of data input. You need to find out the buying behavior. You need to find out the purchase behavior of the customer, and you need to make a decision whether the customer is inactive or active. So with respect to the time, if you predict by next month how much your customers are going to inactive, then you can win back the customers to your system again. So this is their information is available, level is available. So you need to make a model. You may use logistic regression, you may use random forest model to make a decision boundary and to make separation between these two, inactive and active. Then you can do the things actually. So supervised learning is basically used when there is a level is there, when information is there, when there is a teacher available. Okay, and you train a model with respect to the knowledge of the teacher. After training is over, after some times, the model have the inference with respect to the data patterns. And after the inference is built up, you then apply that model to the particular data set, the data set you use for training. But if you train your model with a set of apple, you cannot test your model or cannot predict for pineapple. So that is the limitation of supervised learning. And what happened with unsupervised learning? There is no predictive model is available in unsupervised learning, but you do the cluster. You need to do the separate of the data. You need to make data reduction. Suppose there is a huge number of data is there, and your system is not capable to train the model. There is a limitation in your computing environment. Then you can do the cluster. So you can see the data distribution there. There is red color data is there, blue and green. You can make a cluster on green, you make a cluster on blue, you make a cluster on red, then you can train your model. So using a clustering mechanism, you can improve the accuracy of a model also. So when you move to reinforcement learning, which is a policy making, if you are using your Google map or like that, when you pick up a road, then it automatically give a direction where you need to make your goal set. So with a policy, with a reward policy, with a penalty, the model will be reinforcement the error, and the error will be minimized in that way. So likely when you developing any kind of generative AI model, and when you defining your prompt and defining your description to the model, you're asking something, sometimes the model gives you a false statement. So every model, maybe it's a Google Plum 2 model, Llama 2 model, or ChatGPT, then there is a human interpretation loop is there. So there is a human is sitting there who said that no, this is not, this is This is not wrong. This is not right. This is wrong. And whatever the suggestion or the feedback the human makes the time, it will be back to the model, and with the reward. If it is right response, it's the reward. If there is wrong response, there is a penalty. And with that, the model will retune and gives you a better result. And in that way, the model inference is built up. After some time, when model train and with reinforcement, then sometimes it behaves like as unsupervised way, and you can delete the human interpretation group from that. So overall, without reinforcement learning and without clustering, you can develop a generative AI solution model on that. So I already explained this one. So generally, supervised learning is with a teacher, and supervised learning without any teacher, and reinforcement with a critic. Directly come to the deep learning here. So what happens when you develop a model? Generally, what happens when you develop a neural network model, you need to do the pattern classification. So for example, if there is a AND gate is there or OR gate is there, if you pass 0 and 0 for AND gate, the output will be 0. If you pass 0 and 1, your output will be 0. And if you want to make a neural network for it, you need to have one neuron and two input, one activation function, that means a threshold function, and the threshold function decide you that whether it is 1 and 0. So for that example, if you pass 0, 0, the outputs would be 1 for AND gate. So what happened when you pass 0 and 2 input, there should be 2 weight. That means you can correlate it to your slope of regression model, and the bias is simple equal to your intercept. Okay, and you need to tune the weight in such a way that whatever the input comes to your model, if it is 1 1, the model should give you output 1. So here you can make, there is 2 class 0 and 1. This classification can be can be possible with a non-parametric distribution model like logistic regression or multi-layer perceptron, where there's a threshold function is there. You may use sigmoid function. So if it is more than 0.5, then it is 1, less than 0.5, it is 0. That is the activation function. You need to use it. So you need to understand what is the activation function is, and in CNN you need to use activation function to minimize the vanishing gradient issues. So you need to use ReLU function in activation function, and in the output layer, in the fully connected layer, you need to use softmax layer to minimize the cost and tribute loss function. So you need to understand a little bit about the mathematical equations that inbuilt in this particular concept. So this way you can model. You can, like, when you develop a model or neural network model for AND gate, then it behaves like it's an AND gate. So it's a supervised learning method. Okay. So what happened with deep learning? Why people are looking for deep learning? Actually, it is not new that you need to predict the level from an image. It is earlier that people are using neural network. But what happened as there is when you increase the image size, for example, if you took 16 plus 16 image and you need to pass a neural network, it may be easy. But if you consider a high definition image and you pass to the neural network, it takes more time. And when the traditional neural network takes more time to converse. That's why deep learning comes to the picture. What deep learning is do? It is a parallel processing system where the number of layers extracting the features from the image and trained with the label with number of operation. It's called as pooling operation, or that all are the layers, and then you define whether it is a car or not, and that entire process takes one hour or 2 hour training, and as much as you added the data, and then whatever the input you pass to the model can answer that whether it's a car or not, or related to that data. So there are a lot of model already developed already in the literature. Some of good models are ResNet 152, RetinaNet, CorpusNet, and like that. So then some other models are there. Yellow is used DarkNet actually. So then these are the models are particularly used. And generative adversarial network GAN models also there. And generative what is text from that concept. Generative adversarial neural network is designed to generate synthetic data. So I will explain. I will come to that. After this slide is over. So see, I already explained what is deep learning actually, and these people are Ian Leon Licken, who proposed the CNN model in 1994, which is LeNet. And after LeNet, a lot of advancement is already happening in deep learning. So he's the pioneer for deep learning model. So generally, what happens when we have a picture or image or text, all are unstructured data. So you need to labeling that data first. You need to annotate the data first, because without the label, you cannot train your model. Suppose there is a dog and cat. You know what is dog and cat as you learning from your childhood to your younger age. You know what is what exactly meaning of dog. If a picture comes to you, you can understand. Your mind can understand the features, and automatically your mind recognize whether it's dog or cat. But whenever you develop a deep learning model, you need to labeling the image. All are the pixel value in X in a independent features, and the label is a dependent features. And you need to label it's dog, it's cat, like that. You train the model. After that, the model understand that it's dog or cat, and it comes with a probability factor. When a particular image, after feature extraction is over, after training is over, when an input image comes to the model can understand whatever the probability value, maximum probability value, responsible to a label, that label will be generated. And we can understand that, okay, this is 95% probability is corresponding to a dog image, so it's a dog, like that. So then it will be a kind of a black box. So you see that this is a structure of, entire multi-layer perceptron neural network. And when we, develop a deep learning model, the way it is there because if you are using a grayscale image, it has only 2 channels. If you are using a blackhand image, it have only 1 channel. And if you are using a RGB image or color image, it has 3 channels. So more layers in the image, more features is inbuilt, and more computing power is required to train the model. So that's where deep learning is a very challenging field, very challenging to get the accuracy. So you need to tune the model, or you need to apply transformer learning, to improve the accuracy. And more you train, more you adding the layer, definitely more intelligence you need to build it, but you need to consider your computing architecture. If you are using a high definition image, and if you're trying to make your model using any GTX, NVIDIA GTX 1060 GPU, you can't train a model. You need to go with a very high definition GPU like NVIDIA Tesla V100 kind of GPU, and you need to improve your computing architecture. In that way, it can handle the issues, or else your memory will be happening, your system will be crushed down. So this is the LeNet proposed in 1998, and support vector machine comes after 1998, 1999. So if you go through the original article of support vector machine, it is designed for numerical character recognition, and it is compared with LeNet. So whenever you trying to make your career in a particular environment or particular logic, you need to go with your architecture also. You need to go with your some of research article. See, particular what happened in deep learning, you need to pre-process the data, import, build the network, train the network, tune the network. This is very important strategy here. and visualize the results. You need to go with the comparison matrix. You need to go with the, if it is a classification, go with the confusion matrix and go with the accuracy and other things, and you evaluate the model, and then you need to export the network. So particularly what happened in deep learning, we have a lot of layers are there. Initially convolution layer, and then we have every layer there is a convolution, there is a ReLU, there is a pooling. You may go with max pooling or mean pooling. Adding of this layer is increase the computation. So for example, if I discussing VGG 16, that means 16th layer there. If I discussing VGG 19 layers are there, and including the fully connected layer. So when you complete the structure, first of input, then convolution ReLU, then pooling, convolution ReLU, pooling, and this is all about the feature extraction kind of model. Then in the classification, flattens are linked to fully connected, means after the feature extraction is over, after the layer computation is over, then you have exact features, and that exact features corresponding to your classes like car, truck, van, like that, flower, curve, car, like that. And this section is responsible for the classification. So this is nothing but it is similar to neural network architecture, but you need to understand that why you are using short mass activation function. Short mass activation function is corresponding to minimize the cross attribute loss function. We are using ReLU as activation function to minimize the vanishing gradient issues in the network. So I already explained what is feature detection layer, convolution layer, pooling layer, ReLU layer, and the classification layer also. So if you compare between machine learning and deep learning, the same job, if you have multiple number of classes, 1,000 number of classes, 100 number of classes, and you need to, it is possible to develop a model with machine learning, but it takes a lot of time. But it is very easy if you are moving to deep learning. But sometimes it is computationally intensive and it has good accuracy compared to machine learning models. So generally, what happened? You are just making a large data set, making the label, training the model, and feedback the error and minimizing the error. As minimize the error, it is happening, it increase the accuracy of a model actually. So people are using optimization here to minimizing the error. People are using global optimization models like genetic algorithm, particle sum optimization, uncloned optimization to reduce the error in such a way that to improve the accuracy of the model. So this is all about the deep learning actually. So here there's some example I just want to show you. This is a small example for using your max RNN model, and I'm using a pre-trained model, a COCO dataset, which is it's developed by Microsoft, and this COCO is have 80 number of classes starting from person to ending with toothbrush. Some limitation are there. So entire 80 number of classes is considered, and it's trained and it's available free of cost. You can download that weight and you need to develop a model. You can add any new class to it. You need to retrain the model and you can generate a model for you. So if I run this code, so this is the image, and this is the raw image. And we need to ask the model to detect the person as well detect this bike. So what happened when it is run it, as it is trained with number of classes, and when any new image passed to the model, the pre-trained model already, then it can generate the output like this. I hope all of you can watch, can visual this image. See the motorcycle also detected here, here the person also detected, and the motorcycle detected. So as you can see that the motorcycle already a class inbuilt here, and the person is also inbuilt. Also is included in the class. Motorcycle is included in the class. That's way it detecting the both the class. If it is not available, if it is not trained, then it cannot detect the image. So this is the the some of use case here. So some of other results here I want to share with you. See, the person also detected, the dog is detected here, all related items are detected. So here you can see that the person as well as the this ball is detected, and this the kid also detected as a person. The umbrella as an object is detected, and see, this is the false detection of the model. As I already mentioned you that 80 number of classes are considered. The tiger is a part of this class, but the lion's not. So what happened when a lion picture is passed to the model detecting as it is dog. So this is a false positive, result. So you can see that the limitation of deep learning and the advancement of the deep learning models. So if you want to develop a deep learning model with your own use case, then what you can do, you need to download the Kuka weight and define your class at there, annotate the image at your level, and define that this is lion or this is something or something which is not a part of Kuka dataset. You need to retrain the model and generate the weight, and then you test it with the model, and definitely get a very good result here. So on this, any question? If there is no question, I want to go with generative AI model. Before I move to generative model, you need to understand that how the AI software is, built with AI and ML support. So particularly, we are following a agile method. Who are from industry background, they can understand easily this concept. There is Scrum Master is there who is planning all of the project. And in step one, the requirement analysis need to cover. Then design need to be covered, which model, whether it is a classification problem, or is a regression model, or is an optimization model, that need to be discussed first. Design, the development, how many resources is required, and how many models we need to consider. So that need to be discussed in this stage 3, and then we do the testing after training is over, and we do the deployment. Deployment means to deploy the model to the production environment. So this is the life cycle we need to follow in software development actually. So the technical concept is here that we need to capture data. Capture is there, then you need to cleaning the raw data, then you do the labeling and standardization, because as you see that in deep learning model, you need to labeling the model, you need to label the data, or else we cannot get the class. Then you need to annotate the data, raw data for ML models. Then you create an ML model for use case, and then you training the ML model, and you testing the model for new data. And if you accepting the accuracy, and it is overall good accuracy, we are getting it, then you need to deploy the solution for a computational infrastructure. So this is overall process, whether it is a generative AI, whether it is a deep learning, whether it is a data science, whether it is a machine learning, you need to follow this one. So what is what we are right now, as Bimles tell us that it's a trend is going on in AI. It's called generative AI, actually. So generally, what happens when we developing AI solutions, particularly some of sectors are there which is not directly using the AI, but after including audio, text, video as a whole data set, and making a one platform where you can do anything with text, where you can do with audio, where you can do with video, like as an iPhone, then you can correlate generative AI as a kind of a smartphone where you have all kind of access to unstructured data. So the wide range of domain like as music, art, fashion, architecture, entertainment industry, all are that are not using AI, some of years before. Now they're extendedly, use AI in their projects. That expanding the business, and now it is a good platform. It's a good area, or is a kind of a you can change your career to that side. And this is the things actually. So when we're talking about generative AI, there is a big use case is text generation. Text generation means for example, language models such as GPT-3 developed by OpenAI, where you can generate the content, and the content is grammatically correct. So that is a very advanced output of GPT-3 or OpenAI model, where you can make a content like this. So whatever the prompt or in a description you pass to the model, for example, someone is explain to a 5-year-old what person what a proton is with example. So whatever the information, is a huge information, huge data is collected to train the model. So the model comes with a kind of a collective information, not single information, collective information. You can say that is a weighted average kind of information, and it represent the output to you, which is it is a tedious task for a person to go with searching and analyzing lot of website, taking the best content from that and making content that save time actually. So this is the advantage of generative AI model for text generation part, which is grammatical correct as well, and it save a lot of people time actually. Then the next part is image generation. Image generation is a part of generative adversarial neural network GAN, introduced in 2014 by Goodfellow. And GAN is used to generate realistic images, indistinguishable from real images actually. So irrespective of real images, whatever the copyright images, if you're using it, you may not worried about it. Your GAN is generating a very similar kind of synthetic data. You can use it for your model. Suppose you're developing a deep learning model, your image data set is very lesser. You can do augmentation to do some kind of orientation left and right kind of that, but it is limited. You can use GAN, you can use synthetic data, and you can add the synthetic data with your real data, increase the data pattern, data count, and you can train the model. Obviously, your model accuracy will be increased. For example, DALL-E. DALL-E is a kind of a open tool by OpenAI, who is generating pictures through text. So for this example, you can see that this is DALL-E platform, where someone is passing a prompt like a picture of philosopher Socrates as he had lived at the present time. He rides an electric scooter with messaging on his iPhone. So see, whatever the text is passed to the model understand with the use of natural language processing, tokenization, stemming, stop word removal, n-gram, whatever the natural language processing process is over there, and getting the meaning of that sentence. Right now, all are limited to English actually. The next advance in generative AI is to use multiple other languages like Hindi, Malayalam, like that. So like this. So right now the model generate the picture from the text, which you can use any kind of changes in your project. If you want to do some marketing, or if you want to presenting something to someone within very restricted time, so you can use this one and you save the time. Actually, that the reason it is impacting the business right now. The next part is music creation. Generally, Hiller started in 1957 using AI. He started generating music. It's not new idea. Already people are using neural network, a lot of models to using music. But question is that the quality of the music actually, and the tuning of the noise. Noise is a kind of a error signal in speech. There are a lot of type of noises there: color noise, pink noise, white noise. It is there in signal. So that is right now possible to generating a high quality audio by taking high quality audio sample as an input parameter by using recurrent neural network, RNN. In 2016, Google introduced a architecture WaveNet that generating a good quality of music, and that is right now a kind of a game changing in music industry right now. So anyone can make a singer. The auto tuning is very super right now. If you want to singing like Kishore Kumar, you can possible to like a kind of that. So then in 2020, OpenAI introduced Jukebox. Maybe know about it or not. It's a neural network that generating music, which is customize the output in terms of musical, vocal style, reference artists like that. Whatever reference artist you need to put it. So if you want to generate a music like as a artist like as current as I'm liking Mohammed Rafi's music. So if I want to sing like a Mohammed Rafi, I need to use Jukebox and I need to pass some of related music of song of Mohammed Rafi and train the model, and my tone will be automatically convert like as Mohammed Rafi, and it will be right now game changing in business. So Sony CSL research is adopting AI right now, and that Sony is well established company in music, and now they're using that one, and it was superb. And using generative AI, the music creation is fantastically affecting the business actually. So this is all about the use of generative AI. I will explain all other applications. Let me come to the platforms available if you want to make a model. So Llama 2 is a model from Meta. Earlier it was Facebook. So Llama 1 is there, but Llama 2 is right now introduced in 2022, which is trained 2 trillion of tokens and double the contents length of Llama 1. And what happens here, you can see the architecture of Llama 2. So it is a self-supervised learning, you may call as a decision support system kind of activity. And then when it comes to the chat mode, it is a supervised fine-tuning. And then with the human feedback, with a reinforcement learning based reward and policy and penalty kind of concept, then it do the fine-tuning. So with this lot of loop, it train and it fine-tuning and gives you the accurate result when you putting any question, any prompt to this. So with this, let me share with you one. So see, this is my Google Colab. It's a professional version. It's not the free. So I need to reconnect here. So I need to show you that the runtime is the best one. The GPU is NVIDIA Tesla V100 GPU. And I need to reconnect this one. This is connected. If I want to see my GPU details here, so you can see that the GPU is NVIDIA Ultra Tesla V100 GPU is there, which is fantastic, which is very good GPU. And I need to install the related libraries for this Lima 2 actually. So I need to run this code, which is takes only a few seconds of time. And so it just takes a little bit time here, small time. So all of the related libraries for Lima 2 to learning pre-trained model, it is installed right now in my instances in cloud, in Google Cloud. So now it is done. Now I need to install the Git. For this, I need to clone the Lima 2. It's publicly available. It's free of cost. It's available in Git. So you need to clone this to your instances. And I need to call that recent, trend, recent weight. Like I already shown you in neural network, you need to tune the weight. So this is the weight of that Lima 2 large language model. And you need to run this. Then I need to come here. I need to call that chat module. And after the chat module is called, I can pass any prompt and I will get the answer. See, if I pass a prompt, why Python is used for. So if I pass this prompt, one second, let me, I will ask Pravin, let me run this code and I will show you. Actually, it's take some time. See, this is the answer. It comes from that pre-trained model. And you can see that this is a collective information of if I pass a question to here. And suppose if I pass any related to this, like suppose, for example, write a code, write a Python code. I'm using my research. This is fantastic model compared to other ChatGPT, linear. So it's a combination of natural language processing. So I said, I asked I pass a prompt, means the description to the model, that write a Python code for linear regression C. So it automatically, gives me a code. I should not go with stack flow. I should not go with anything. I can get a code. I can take the code. I can change the code. I can deploy the code. So this is the use of the entire, the generative AI model or the large language model. Yeah, you're asking someone is asking a question. Yeah.
Not able to view the screen.
Oh, okay. I share. Okay. Sorry. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Oh, okay. So I'm extremely sorry. See, this is a. Oh, last time also you're not see that one.
No.
Python. Okay, let me share my screen. Oh, it is a issue with this. This one. Okay. So first of all, I need to. Is it visible, right? Deep learning part. So I thought that. Okay. So on the deep learning, I explained that. See, the Cooker model, the machine learning, the deep learning model, is a pre-trained model, and the pre-trained model is having 80 number of classes. They trained 80 number of classes here, so they missed the, like, for lion class is not include. So if I took an image of a person with bike, I need to pass this image to this model. So how the model will be, detecting the object. So as it is a pre-trained model, it's a ResNet 102 model, and with I already explained that in deep learning how the layers is there. Presentation is visible to all of you, right? That time.
Yes. That is
okay. See, this is the result of the object is there. You can see that this is the detection of motorcycle. This is the detection of the person, this detection of what's actually here. So this is the example of how the deep learning is used to detect the object detection. So it is in deep learning model, most of the image and text are included. But when you move to generative AI, your text as well as image as well as video it is considered as an input to the model, and you need to train the model in that way. So uh, uh, okay, how could I? Okay, so let me open that. So is it this screen is visible? This screen is visible or not? I'm sharing my Google Colab here.
Visible, sir. Visible.
Visible, right? See, this way. You can see that if I show my runtime.
So again, it is stuck, sir. I think only we can see the code part, object detection code part.
Oh, okay. It's now.
Now we can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just want to show you the Lima 2 model, the chat model as a demonstration here. So it is the infrastructure I'm using. It's a paid version of Google Colab. It's a Google client I'm using right now. And the GPU is here. It is NVIDIA Tesla B100 GPU I'm using. And I need to I need to install all of the related libraries for the Lima 2 model, which is a large language model. So all are the libraries need to be installed. I already installed during that time. I'm sorry that time screen is not shared, but it is recently installed few minutes before. So I need to install all of the things, and then I need to install the git lfs. The git is need to install here, and I need to clone the Lima to official Lima to git library here. So I need to call that all Lima 2 model here, and I need to call the recent weight. Weight means whatever the weight and bias associated to the model. The train after training is over, the model is packaged. Means the tuned weight. I need to call that one. I need to call the recent weight, which is MLC chat Lima 227. This one. This is my recent Lima 2 weight, and I need to pass this. I need to make a model on this. I need to make a variable where I call the chat model, and I need to call that weight of that Lima 2, and I need to generate an output here. So if I run this output and I pass the prompt why Python is used for example, so you can see that it's a collective information from uh, the Lima 2 model. It may be vary if you go to ChatGPT. It may be vary if you go to Google Plan 2 model, because every data set is changed. The way Lima tool is trained, they're taking all of online information, and that they use, they have Facebook, they have trillion of data of entire data. They use that data to train the model. Now you are getting a response here. And see if I like this is my prompt. I said that to this Lima 2 that make a Python code for linear regression. If I pass this prompt to here, see, so that Lima 2 is generating the code within a fraction of a second, and I can use it in my my project like that. So this is all about the uh, the the Lima 2 model actually. So any question on this? Similarly, there is code llama is there, where you can generate n number of code. Maybe you are not good in Java, maybe you are not good in C, maybe you are not good in C++, you are good in Python. So you can ask a prompt, you can give the description to the model. Prompt is nothing but description. You can give a description to the model, and model, whatever the trained model, generate a beautiful code for you. So generative AI is nothing but all of the requirements of a person, of a business owner, or anyone in one platform. If someone is looking to, right now, object detection is not a part of generative AI. Very soon they will add it. So in future, think like after 2-3 years, you have a complete solution with you. You can develop model. If it is a numerical data, you can use data science algorithm. You can make a revenue generated model. If you want to do any object detection I have shown you, then you can use that one. So you can use, unlimited to unlimited kind of data, unstructured data. You may not worried about that one. But if you want to develop any model from scratch, where you can use Llama 2 as a platform, you can implement that platform to your business problem. You can solve the problem immediately because it's a platform tool. Or you can use Google Plan. You can use that one to make your model, and you can you can solve any kind of business problem here. But so see, this is a Plan 2 model. So you can create your chat prompt and you can use it. So quickly, just highlighting what is prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is a process of foundation model, or you can call as transform model, where you need to pass the description in such a that you will get a successful result. So in prompt engineering, there will be a loop, human interpretation loop will be added. And what the foundation model is there? It is a large scale machine learning model, which is a part of language model, which is a part of large language model. And you can train a model like bot. Bot is a bidirectional encoded representation from transform model. GPT is a generative pre-trained transform model. So these models are called as foundation model. So foundation model is required to develop a kind of this type of Llama or Google Plan 2. It is required. If you want to make a model from scratch, you need to understand what is a GPT, ChatGPT-1, ChatGPT-2, ChatGPT-3, ChatGPT-4 also introduced, but ChatGPT-4 is not good compared to ChatGPT-3. So you need to use that model. You need to define your prompt. You need to define all other layers, and you train on model in that way. Because GPT-4 bot or deep learning models are there. Quickly, I just come to the application. So see, this is one application I'm currently working. This is my research area where I'm using generative AI to making a dynamic chat system for hospital management. So when a patient introduced to a hospital, how the patient will be interact with all of the management, to related is insurance, related is health, related to doctor appointment, kind of that. So I need to use a lot of data here. I need to use text. I need to use audio. Suppose someone is, discussing with a mobile phone, how that audio will be helpful to making a chat system. So that also including here. So we are using images. We are using electronic health records. We are using the signals from the IoT servers, and we are using some of advanced data set in medical domain. And you are using graph neural networks here. And you are using a lot of data, like from publication. MedMet is a publication is there. Then we have a lot of clinical notes. We have using literature. We are using knowledge graphs, and we make a model on that way, so that when a patient comes to the hospital management, whatever the question he asks to the nurse or to the receptionist or to the doctor or any management, he will be get immediate answer, and it will be minimizing the patient engagement in hospital. So it will be increase the hospital revenue right now. So similarly, it has a very huge demand in logistic and transportation. It has demand in travel industry. You can see that you can recognize any kind of, if you want to know about, like you can correlate it to Google Lens. If you take a picture of something and you can get it information. But Including that one, there are a lot of things are there now, right now added, like we are getting what will be the weather condition will be tomorrow. So what are the information available there? We will get it in a kind of a common platform. Similarly, it has a very huge demand in right now. Retail, supply chain, energy sector, marketing, law. Law is a kind of a recent advance there. In India, we are not so good in law, so we are taking care of we are taking the help of lawyers, and we are paying a lot of money to them. So right now AI is doing in that way. So the entire law books will be trained, and you can immediately get any kind of clause and any kind of you know you know law. You can get it information from that. So what is the advantage of this generative AI? It is increasing the efficiency, also improves the quality here in total. So that's it from my side. Before I ended this presentation, what do you need to your skill set you need to primary skill set you need to know to develop model making career in AI and machine learning. You need to know about Python, Matplotlib, NumPy, scikit-learn, Pandas, Seaborn, OpenCV, PIL, and including R. Also, you can go with R and Scala. Now it is Julia is also came to the market. Then you need to have good understanding in ID, PyCharm, Jupyter, or Databricks, or Azure platform, Azure machine learning platform, or AWS, SageMaker kind of that. Then you need to have good understanding in PyTorch, Keras, TensorFlow, and you need to have good understanding in API development skill like Flask, Fast API. You need to have skill in containerization like Git, Jenkins, and GitHub, and Docker. You need to have good knowledge in huge database like big data kind of Spark, PostgreSQL, Scala, and Hadoop. And you need to have good understanding in cloud development, Google Cloud, Azure, AWS, kind of that. And these are the algorithms. I should not be waste my time. But lastly, if you want to know about natural language processing for generative AI, you need to have good understanding is lexical processing, regress recognition, like a voice, TFT, phonetic hashing, spell corrector, spam detection, correlation, stemming, limitation, synthetical processing, post tagging. These are the methods you need to know about it. And probabilistic latent scientific analysis, PLSA. And for computer vision deep learning, you need to have almost all the understanding you need to have auto encoders, FRCNN, RCNN, MRCNN, and you should have good knowledge in image processing. If you want to make career in generative AI, you need to have a lot of skills in digital image processing and digital audio processing and digital signal processing. That's it. Thank you all. Any question? I'm sorry that I took another 5 minutes more.
No issues, sir. No issues.
Yeah.
Feel free to ask questions. You can raise your hand. So we'll allow you to talk, and you can ask your questions with Dr. Nanda.
If anyone have any question on career, side point of view, I can suggest because I am the part of a lot of interviews has been taken in last couple of months. Around 100 number of interviews, more than 100 number of interviews were taken, and you understand that there are a lot of gap. Someone who has recently completed their BTech, who wants to make career in AI, and this there is a gap between the universities teaching and the industry demand. So if a candidate can reduce that gap, then he can get a job in like that. And for that, I think TimesPro is a good tool for them to reducing that gap actually. And then if someone already have experience in some other field, like someone is a good knowledge in PHP, and then the fellow is wants to make career in this field, then you need to go with specific training. What is the requirement? Still, if like there is a demand, still demand is there in data science, still demand there is in AI engineering, there's still demand is coming in generative AI kind of that. So choose a respective course respective learning course, and then you can extend your knowledge, you can upskill your knowledge, and you can apply to any job, and you will easily get it.
Great, sir. I think it's already 12:10. We are running out of time. So it's great to have you. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking out your time and
Thank you.
doing this wonderful session. So we are looking forward for many more sessions in the future. And also, I would like to thank all attendees who have attended this session.
Yes, thanks all of you.
Taking out your time on this weekend, and I hope this was an insightful session for you guys. And also, I have also posted our community link or a chat to get this recording of this session. So kindly join our community. So you will be having update of next upcoming webinar as well as webinar recording as well as resources we'll be sharing in the community. So thank you once again for everyone. So we'll see you on the next coming weekend with a different topic. So till that, take care, stay safe, have a great weekend. And thank you so much, Dr. Nanda sir, for joining us and delivering this lecture, and looking forward for more such sessions in the future, sir.
Sure, Vimles. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your invitation. Thanks all the participants today. Thank you. Bye.